what is human design? It's a system of differentiation between individuals in such a precise and profound way that no two beings are alike in this world. No two humans are the same. It classifies the human species into different roles or classes depending on their energetic structure. There are these 9 centers which hold different energy, and based upon your configuration of those centers, if they are fixed or they are open, you either transmit energy or you absorb energy from the environment. It's a system where you can feel like all the things you thought were your weaknesses and low points can be turned into gifts. It's a system where there is no one way to be in this world. Every person has a different energy configuration in a way that they connect to others, in a way that they interact with the world, in a way that they make decisions. It's also a system that teaches you to drop from your mind down into your body and trust your body's intelligence, your body's own authority. So coming back to the classes, let's take a practical example. Like, you know that there are people, maybe some of you are among them, that you feel that when you are in a group, that it's very, very difficult for you to get your message across verbally. You can feel like your voice doesn't go across, doesn't get enough. It doesn't have that something. And then there are other people who seem to have a natural way of projecting their voice. That's because you and that other person are a different type. Some people are here to have an easier time projecting a voice. Other people struggle with it because of those definitions. Another example would be is that a person can have an abundance of energy, an abundance of, like, they can go all day, they can work all day, and they're still fine. It's like a dynamo. It's like it's always buzzing. It's always there, and it's just the way it is. So human design shows you that there are so many different roles a human can play in so many different ways, based upon that inner energetic architecture, or that inner pattern that is individual to each specific person. So let's say the main classification is you can be a generator, which is basically you have this constant energy bubbling inside of you and you need to use it. If you don't use it, it leads to frustration. It's like you emit that energy outward. You are this. This is your center, and you're like a light bulb, or you're like a campfire, or like I don't know, like a source of energy that doesn't go out. And that's like, those are people that you kind of gravitate towards in groups. That's the people that have others around them, and they give that energy. They just give it. It's always accessible from them. Then you have the manifestors. The manifestors are people that have strong vocal manifestation energy. It's people that when they speak, it's like cutting. It's like they cut through the air, and you can just feel that their voice has this power to deliver, to those are people that can do stuff on their own most of the time, and they like to be left alone to do stuff. Then you have the manifesting generators, which are like a combination of the two. They have the energy available to them, and they can also express it, and it goes across. They can initiate things. The next category are, these three, the generator, manifestor, manifesting generator, those are the energy types. And then you have the other part of the population, which are the non-energy types. And those would be the projectors and the reflectors. So a reflector would be a person that doesn't have their own constant, like both those types, both the energy types, non-energy types don't have a constant way of generating their own energy. And a reflector is basically like a thermometer in the room. It's a person that really easily blends into their environment and takes on the vocal, the mental, the sexual, the drive, the heart energy, the emotions of the whole room, and they act like a mirror. They act like an indicator of what like they're basically like a huge karmic mirror to anyone that interacts with them. And then you have the projectors, which is the other non-energy type, and projectors are like energy guides. They are here to see how all the energy types use their energy, and because they are so receptive, they know in what areas it could be better, like in a herbalist sense, to direct the life force in a better way, in a healthier way. So the difference between the types is in the definition or openness of these centers. So these centers have to do with your basic drive, your adrenaline, your emotions, your sexual energy or sacral energy, or basically the life force, your intuition and primal instincts, like in the now, like am I safe or I'm not safe? Your heart, your ego, your will, your willpower, your sense of direction in the world, your gravity center, your magnetic attributes, your throat and your expression, your awareness, your mind awareness or third eye awareness, if you want to call it that way, your memories, your insight, your inspiration. So all these are some of the areas that you can either have a constant energy going through them that you know it's always there, or you have it open where it's like, if it's defined, it's like a emitting signal, a broadcasting signal outward into the world, into your environment. Or if it's open, you have an antenna, you have a receiver from the outside world, and you take in that energy. So this system can show you immediately what energy, well, like when you're alone, what energy is always there, and where you are open, that when you go out into society, when you hang out with a friend, when you just do anything with other people, you can see where you take in this other type of energy from others. And that leads to the capacity to realize where you might have been conditioned in your life since childhood. In which of these centers did you take information, emotions, drive, like your sense of direction? If there's a lot of openness in your energetic architecture, you could be living someone else's life for the last 20 years, and you won't be aware of that because you don't know you're open in those centers. You don't know you're taking in. You don't know that energy is being, it's directing you, just moving you. You don't know. So that's like the main overview. It shows you what the optimal environment is for you. It shows you a strategy that you have based on your aura type. So projectors have this. So generator, okay, let's start with the generator. A generator is a person that's like a fire in the center of the room. So their energy is emitting in all directions, and it's available for everyone. It's like you stand next to the person, you're like, oh, this is nice, this is cozy. It's like a warmth, a radiating feeling from that person, and that's their aura, that's their energy going outwards. A manifester, because they have this capacity to cut through the air with the words, to hit the spot vocally, to manifest, to start, to initiate things. They have this enveloping, like a closed off type of feeling, where it's like they're hugging a gem, they're hugging this diamond, and this diamond is that capacity to just, let's do this, and everyone's like, whoa, yeah, let's do this. It's like they're here to inform, they're here to not give a about anything. They just, I'm here to do my thing, and I can't do it because I have this manifesting energy to me, and I have to protect it. I have to kind of guard off outside influence. A manifesting generator is like a mix between the two. Then you have the projector. Because the projector is a type that doesn't have its own energy, the aura is naturally more receptive, and it's actually very absorbing, and it's like a projector aura goes outside, and it almost like goes inside the other person, so the projector can see it. It's here to guide, so it has to have the capacity to go through blockages, to go through any walls that the person, like any energetic walls. It's just like when a projector looks at you, you feel like they're very, very close, like very intimately close to you, and you didn't ask for that. And then you have the reflector, which is the other type that doesn't have its own energy, and they have a sampling field and a reflective field. Reflectors have a reflective field. So what that means is they kind of just go around and, okay, let me taste a little bit of your energy. Okay. Let me taste a little bit of your energy. Okay. And then they act like a mirror. So if you have a reflector around you, anything that you emit, if you have any centers that emit energy, anything you emit, the reflector is gonna like sample for a little bit, and then they're gonna show you what you are. They're like a big karmic mirror of energy. They're just gonna like with their body, with their gestures, with everything. They're just gonna take that energy and then just project it back at you, reflect it back at you. So they're like the calibrators of society. They're basically the least represented. There is the least amount of reflectors in the world. Population-wise, generators dominate. Like most people are generators. Then you have manifesting generators. Then you have projectors. Then the manifestors, and then the reflectors. So basically, no type is better than the other type. It's just that each type is so incredibly different than the other one. It's like if you're a generator, you'll never know what it's like to be a projector, and vice versa. And that's why all comparison goes down into the toilet when you see that. We try to compare yourself, if let's say you are a non-energy being and you're trying to compare your worth with somebody who is an energy being, who's like a generator that has this constant surge of energy going through them. And if you compare your worth to somebody that's here to use energy all the time, and you're maybe here to observe and guide and see things and then like help people in that way, you're gonna spend your whole like existence thinking you don't have what it takes to thrive in this society. And that's actually the thing. The thing is that we live in a society where it's like there is one type of person that's successful, and it's the one that goes and does and works hard and beats themselves to death, and that's the worth. That's the norm. But when you go into human design, you actually see that it's like a beehive. You know how in a beehive you have the queen bee that's kind of overlooking, and she's like the reproductive mama of all the other bees. And then you have the worker bees, which are maybe like the generators. And then you have the, I don't know what's the English word, but like the fat male bees that just do the fertilizing. So yeah, and then basically you have the projectors, which are like the, I don't know, the wizard, the sage bees that kind of overlook and say, you're working too much on that part of the beehive, and you're not working enough, and like, yeah. Anyway, so it's a system that's based on, if you're familiar with the chakra system, it's based on that. It's just a bit expanded. It's also based on the I Ching, the Book of Changes, the 64 hexagram Book of Changes. It's based on quantum physics and like subtle energy, life force energy, and astrology. So if you feel that you're out of place in the world, if you feel that you don't get recognized, if you feel that you're not seen, if you feel that the things you know and love don't have a place in this world for you, if you're struggling to connect with others because you're either too much when you share, you're either too much when you want to use that energy that you have, and people shun you for it, or they shun you for not being enough. Like, why are you so lazy, or why are you, it's like, it's very, very unique every person is so unique that nobody's going to have the same human design as you. Nobody's going to be here to do the exact same thing that you are here to do. And human design can show you all, like every center, every part of yourself that you maybe thought that is a hindrance to you, that is lack, that is unaccepted by someone. It can be turned around on its head, and you can have a great gift to share with the world based on that. It can show you, like I've said, like what's this what is your environment, your ideal environment? The human design tells you that. What is your cognition? How do you perceive the world? It tells you that. What is your, like, it shows you in what ways can you activate your genetic potential. It pulls you from your mind. The whole thing about human design is how to not make decisions from your mind, from your past, from your narrative, from the chatting mind, but how to relax into your bodily intelligence, into the energy that you have innate within yourself since you were born. How to, like, navigate. It's like it teaches you this internal compass, and there are many of them. There are many internal compasses based on your design. How to listen to it. Should I respond in the moment, or should I give myself time? Should I wait for an invitation, or can I initiate things by myself? Should I try to attract attention with my voice, or should I be quiet and let people come to me and ask me questions using my, like, magnetism? Should I be worried about other people's problems, other people's questions? Should I answer all the questions that pop into my mind? Do I have the mental capacity and mental energy for that, or am I not that type of being at all? Like the specifications can be so accurate and can be so helpful, and it's like it's really a journey. It's like an experiment. It shows you, like, your archetypal profile. Are you here to be more in the world, or are you here more to be, like, doing your own thing in your own space? Like, what's the frequency of society based on your alone time that you need? What type of practices based on your defined or open centers should you do to clear energy out of yourself every day, or when you feel like it? In relationships, like, what are the best questions to ask someone to get them to open up? Like, So yeah, you have the centers, you have the strategy and authority. Like every type has their own strategy, which is like, let's say generators are here to, let's say you're a generator, and I ask you, hey man, or do you wanna, it's like, generators are yes and no questions, just a practical thing right now. So it's like, I'm asking you, do you want to do this or you don't want to do this? And a generator, based on the feeling that they get in their body, it's going to be either it's going to be, they're going to either light up like a fireplace. It's going to be like, yes, they will feel it in their gut, they will feel it in their, like, sacral sexual center, like they will feel the whole body react to that question. If say yes, if so, it's going to be a dead post, it's going to be nothing. And that's like generators. Let's say projectors who don't have energy, their strategy is to wait for an invitation that recognizes them. So let's say I'm a projector that deals in feng shui. I'm very, very good at perceiving environments and looking at how the energy flows within an environment. And if I'm a projector, my strategy based on my type is, if somebody recognizes that I'm very good at that and invites me to lead them, invites me to guide them, to arrange their home in a way, that's the good strategy for a projector, to wait for an invitation. So it goes very deep. So that's the strategy, just an example of strategy based on type. Another thing is authority. So your mind is not an authority that is here to make decisions. Your mind is here to observe, your mind is here to record history, record your own memories, and have opinions about the external world. It's called an outer authority. So your mind is of use, and your mind is of healthy use when you use it to help somebody else that asks for your guidance or asks for your opinion. But each type has an authority that helps you navigate the world based on the defined centers that you have inside you, that you have access to or don't have access to. So you can have an emotional authority. You can have a splenic authority, which is like primal instincts. You can have heart authority or G center, which is like your place, like your gravity center in the world, or how does it feel? Like, do you desire something from, like, can you feel it here? You can have sacral authority, which are the generators. When somebody asks you a question, does your whole body feel like it's just been plugged into an electrical socket, and you're like, yes, yes. If you're a generator and you feel you have this energy, it's healthy for you to use it. You should use it until you can't use it no more, and then you go to bed, and that's actually healthy for you. If you're somebody who's a non-energy being, like a projector or a reflector, you need to be very careful, because you don't have that energy all the time. You can have it and then you don't. You can have it next to somebody else and then you don't. And you need you need a lot of time to rest. You need to watch out not to burn yourself out. It's like, it's a really good system. It can show you a lot of things. I've been in my own experiment with the human design system for 1.5 years, and I've come to realize that it ties into a lot of things. It ties into the elements. It ties into archetypes. It ties into like a lot of synchronous, like a lot of similar things between leadership in the world, between like frustration that you can feel. So let's say, for example, the majority of humans are generators, and the flip side of a generator, when they're not happy, is frustration, and that comes from all this energy they have and they don't use it, or they don't use it in a healthy way. And then the energy of frustration is basically life force that wants to be expressed. It wants to be expressed in a healthy way, but because of conditioning, because of past beliefs, because of many different variables, it can't be expressed. It's like you're trying to force a rhino through a mouse hole in the wall. And then you feel the frustration. You can just feel like, and like most of the world lives it. And it's only like if somebody can come and say, hey, you're a generator, all this energy you have, you just need to find something that when you use it, you feel like you could use it forever, and then use it every day for that until you can no longer use it anymore, and then go to bed. If you're a generator, there's nothing better for you than to express it, to be a light bulb for the world, to be, a beacon of light, a beacon of, If you're a projector, you're not here to, if you're a non-energy being, if you're one of the non-energy beings, you're not here to speak all the time. You're not here to work all the time. You're not here to do the 9 to 5 thing. You're not here to compete in this race, never race based on the energy you have or don't have inside you. It takes work. It takes work to get into this and realize, wow, like I've been maybe living with my parents that had this energy and I didn't, and now I don't live with them anymore, or I don't live with the partner anymore, or I don't live in this shared apartment where there were these people that had this energy. And when you're finally alone, you kind of realize, well, I don't have energy to do this all day. That was that guy. That was not me. Or I find myself more easy to express myself next to this other person that has these energies inside of them, and I don't. So this system is like nothing else I've come across. And if you feel like you're not heard, if you feel like you're trying to get attention all the time and you can't get attention from anyone, if you feel like you're trying to prove yourself to everyone all the time, if you feel like you're not certain about anything in your life, if you feel like you have to be certain, you have to have the facts in order to be relevant, if that's even a... If you feel like you don't have inspiration, if you feel like you don't know what your direction is in life and you're always pulled by somebody else, you're always pulled by outside circumstances, if you feel like you make promises and you can't keep them, you just don't have the willpower, you feel like you should be more spontaneous, if you feel like emotions from other people overwhelm you, if you feel like everyone else is buzzing and working all the time and you feel like you're not here to rush with them, to race with them, if you feel you can't let go of things that are unhealthy for you, you feel like you cling to those things, and if you feel like you're always under pressure to rush, you're always under pressure, I have to do it now, I don't have time, these are all the places where you can be conditioned. These are all the places where human design can show you how to deal with these things. If you feel you're drawn to these things, contact me. There's a link in bio. I am starting to do readings, the basic ones and later in-depth ones. I've been in it for a year and a half, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna leave it. It has shown me how to be myself in an easier way, not to go through the resistance, not to, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not selling this new age thing where kill the ego and never think again, and you're not your mind, but you are not only your mind. That's the thing. And when you use human design, it opens up your whole body so you can listen to it, so you can hear these different energies within you, and what are they telling you? Should you go into this encounter? Should you choose that job? Is this relationship good for you? You can listen to your body. You can listen to your, literally your organs, your energy, your genes telling you, hey man, no, 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 don't go there. Hey, don't go there. Don't go there. You can feel it. You can feel it here in your gut. You can feel it in your heart. You can feel your throat when you're asking for too much attention. Don't give your worth. Stay silent. Let them come to you. Let things come to you. Be magnetic. If you're that kind of type, maybe you're not designed to go out and get it. Maybe you're designed to do your thing and let things gravitate towards you. Some people are more yang. Some people are more yin based on their design. Yin is the thing that attracts. Yin is receptive. Yang is fire going outwards. Yin is I'm gonna go get it. Maybe you're this type, maybe you're that type. It helped me tremendously. It helped me ease into my type and see and just like there's no rush. There's nothing I need to prove. There's nothing I need to go and get. It's just easing into the body and listening to it. So yeah, this is like, I'm called to do, like in this hectic time, I'm called to do things like that in order to be, like, in order to share my knowledge and experience. If any of you feel drawn to it, there's a link in bio to book sessions. And yeah, I hope I can be of assistance. I hope I can feel. I hope I can make somebody feel like safe within their design, and that there's nothing wrong with you compared to someone else, because you can't compare to anyone, and nobody can compare to you, because you're here to do your own thing with your own energy, and they're here to do their thing with their energy. It's just a matter of finding out what's yours and what's not. So thanks everyone for listening, and feel free to contact me for further things. There's going to be more stuff like this in the upcoming days. And yeah, there's no rush. There's nothing to prove. You don't have to be certain about anything. And it will pass. The emotional waves pass. They come and go. And yeah, don't listen to your mind all the time. And yeah, until next time.